Alan was my my basketball coach, my 9th grade year, and he always tried to get me to come, but I never would. So some of the older girls finally got me to come.
I started being friends with the girls at LaGrange High School, and they had always talked about going to Young Life, and then they invited me to come one Thursday night, and I went.
Chelsea, who I went to church with, called me and my sister up one day and was like, hey, Alan, this guy named Alan wants to meet with you about becoming a Young Life leader, and I say yes to everything. So I was like, yeah, sure. And so we met with Alan, and he kind of talked about us, what Young Life was about.
9th grade year, I heard about, well, my mom heard about it, and she was like, you're going, so I was like, okay. And so we all met up, and a bunch of my friends were there, so I was like, okay, cool, this should be fun. And I met Alan. We met at Mighty Joe's, and it's been great ever since. Life Club is super fun. It was in Pop's party place, is that correct? I think that's right. It was really small at first, but it was still really fun because like all my main friends were there. So yeah, we just sang songs, had fun, played games. It was great. Still is. Probably singing, because no matter if it doesn't matter if you're a horrible singer, great singer, you're screaming, and it's really fun.
We can have fun with our friends and still talk about Jesus at the same time. It'll probably be the activities that we have and seeing our friends make a fool out of themselves.
It's really fun. And after it, you're kind of like, oh, but then you get to think back on moments where you see kids like having a lot of fun, but then you also see kids sit down and look at their Young Life leader with just complete focus when they talk about Jesus and how Jesus is their friend and how Jesus wants to be friends with them as well.
Advertised as the best week of your life, you kind of have to check it out and see what it's all about. And it was the best week of your life. Just all the activities and stuff that they had planned for us were awesome. The food was great, the music was good, the skits were hilarious, and then like nothing beats cabin time. Like that's awesome. Getting to like grow closer to all the friends and leaders and stuff.
And all of my friends basically told it'll be the best week of my life. So I wanted to experience on my own. Yeah, it was.
As everybody says, best week of your life. I wanted to see if it was true. We were the first group to go from LaGrange, I think, or our grade at least. And my mom was like, you're gonna go? And I was like, I wanted to go anyway, but that's fine. And so I went, best week of my life. It was so great.
And the best thing was that a couple of the girls started relationships with Jesus at camp. A few girls that I had been like hanging out with all year, and it was really cool to see them like realize that, hey, I can really have this and still live the life, you know, that I feel like I want to live.
Best week of your life, and I was still not very familiar with Young Life because I'd only been to one club before Windy Gap. So I was like not really knowing what I was getting into, and it was so much fun. The best week of my life. It was exactly what everyone said that it was going to be. So it was great. I met Jesus that week, and I've been walking with Jesus ever since.
We have a pretty good relationship where I basically can talk with him about anything that I need to talk about, and we can just like play games and hang out and stuff with all of our friends. We learned that everybody isn't here to judge you, and that even though we make mistakes, that they still love us.
I guess I met my leaders at club and stuff, and they're awesome. Like I couldn't be more thankful for them because they're just like, each one of them is different and like can give you different things and serve you in a bunch of different ways. So, and they're always down to do whatever with you, whether it's going to get lunch or ice cream or something. Even though that they're like a few years older than me and stuff, like they're still like best friends to us and stuff. Like there's nothing they wouldn't do for us, and they're always willing to hang out. And I feel like I've been able to learn a whole bunch of different stuff from them because they are older than us. They've gone through different things that we haven't gone through yet. They've been in high school before. they know what it's like to try and walk with Jesus while you're in high school and stuff.
Me and her, we met the first club, but we didn't really get to know each other until Windy Gap. And at Windy Gap, she became my best friend. She's somebody that I tell everything to, and she helps me strengthen my relationship with Jesus all the time, and she's just always there for me. She's somebody that I can tell anything to. Friendship with Kendra she has helped me to be a better Christian. She has pushed me to love Jesus, and she has shown me how to be a better friend and have respect for myself and to just be a better person. She's one of my role models.
Young life is something you more have to experience. It's kind of a hard thing to describe, but it's the best thing ever. I couldn't be more thankful to have Young Life in LaGrange so I can be a part of it. It reaches out to all the students and stuff at the high school, and so people that don't have the opportunity or something to go to church are still able to experience Jesus and build a relationship with him and stuff.
Life is great fun. I would also describe it as a place where everyone is accepted, no matter through your faults, through your good times, your bad times. It's total acceptance and great fun for kids, and a great connection for your children to get connected.
Young Life is a way for kids to come, have a great time, and then learn about Jesus. So if you're one of those people who's oh, I'm not going to church, that's for a bunch of high society people who just talk about how cool they are. This is a place where you can go, have fun, and then they teach them about Jesus.
Because it's fun. It's hard, but it's rewarding too. Because that's what the gospel is about. It's about making disciples of Jesus, and a great way to do that is hanging out with kids and being a part of their life. Because kids don't have people to hang out. They don't have older people that are a few years older than them to hang out with and to confide in. People don't want to talk to their parents about the decisions they make. Their parents aren't cool. It's important to have somebody who's in their lives and know what's going on, to hang out with them.
I really think it's a great opportunity to have Young Life in LaGrange, because it brings those children who may not have a church family or may not be connected spiritually to get to know Jesus. And also it gets your kids to know children that they may not hang out with in their inner circle, but it also brings them all together as friends.
Young Life is super important to me because it's definitely changed my life, and I know that it's probably definitely changed a lot of other people's lives, and it's so worth it to go. It gives you so many opportunities, and to be able to go to camp and be able to walk with Jesus. If somebody hasn't met Jesus, they get to meet Jesus through Young Life.
My relationship with Jesus has definitely grown a lot, because you get a couple opportunities a week to go to Young Life, like campaigners on Mondays and then club on Thursdays. So yeah, it's definitely grown a lot, and I feel so much more, so much closer to him and stuff. And it's taught me different ways that I can grow my relationship with him.
It gives me a different set of people that I can talk about Jesus with, where maybe I could get a better understanding. It gives you a chance to hang out with your friends and do things where you probably wouldn't get to do if we weren't a part of Young Life, or we probably wouldn't see them if we weren't a part of Young Life. It helps make me a better person and can talk about and believe in God more, because it's a place where we can talk about him, but at the same time we have fun, play games, and do things like that as well.
So it's impacted me a lot and changed the way that I view telling people about Jesus, spreading the gospel, I think. I want girls to know Jesus. I want girls to know that Jesus loves them and that their worth is in Jesus. I want girls to be fearless and not be held back by insecurity. I want girls to know that they're beautiful and loved and holy because that's who Jesus says they are, and not because of what the world says about them.
It still impacts me to this day. I still keep in touch with both of my Young Life leaders, Trudy Williams and Ben Crawford.
This has definitely helped me like keep up with it, if not like, or it definitely strengthened it. But like the Bible studies, campaigners, man painters, it all helps. Like just keep me in line and keep me with Jesus. So. I mean, in a lot of ways, it's helped me like be more social, I guess, because I go out and just play around with people. It's let me go to the week-long camp at Windy Gap and have the best week of my life, and also have the best month of my life at Work Crew. So it's helped me make a lot of relationships and just keep up with Jesus.
It's definitely changed me because it has brought me to Jesus, and I haven't had the opportunities that I have now with Young Life. I would have never been able to go off to a camp for a month and work there, and I would have never had the friendships that I have now. I have never gone to church growing up. I've never been baptized, and so I always believed in God, but like going to Young Life has really brought Jesus to me. Jesus has actually like come to me, like put me in his arms, and it's just, you can actually feel Jesus in my presence now. Ever since I've been going to Young Life, it's really changed me as a person.
Thank you for loving me despite all my flaws, because I mean, there's nothing I wouldn't tell my Young Life leaders, and they know most of like what's happened in my past and stuff. And
I would tell Ellen, thank you for never giving up on me and keep pushing to get me to come to Young Life.
Oh gosh, I may cry on this. I get very emotional when I talk about my Young Life leaders. I would say thank you for mentoring my children. Thank you for loving my kids. Thank you for being there through hard times and being the person that they could call when they needed someone to talk to. A lot of times with teenagers, they may not listen to their mom or dad, you know, or they're listening, but then their Young Life leader says the same thing, and they say, my Young Life leader said this, and so it sinks in a little bit better.
Leader Kendra, thank you for pushing me, not pushing me, but showing me how to be a better Christian and to love Jesus and to always be there for me and be there so I could tell her anything. And she's like my secret diary, and she's one of my best friends, and thanks for being one of my best friends.
Just thanks for always being there. Thanks for staying with us even when we're stupid and just act up. Just thank you for teaching us and showing us the way of Christ.
I'm Elizabeth Birch, and I'm a senior at LaGrange High School.
My name is Trayvon Dozer, and I'm a senior at LaGrange High School.
I'm Will Honeycutt. I'm a rising senior, and I'm from LaGrange High School.
My name is Kendra McIntosh. I work for the Meridian Companies in town, and I've been a Young Life leader for 2 years.
My name is Angela Otson Connect. I'm a teacher at Franklin Forest Elementary. I have 2 children, Andrew, who is 17 and is a senior at LaGrange High, and Jennifer, who will be a junior at Georgia Southern. She's 20.
I'm Morgan Presley. I'm a senior at Troop High School.